XSRA TV. Watch Speedway, Southern California. Yeah!
Watch American Speedway on XSRA.tv.
XSRA TV. Watch Speedway, Southern California. Yeah!
Watch American Speedway on XSRA.tv.
All right. Hey, welcome, Speedway fans. I'm so glad you're here with me tonight. It's Wednesday, May 3rd, 2023, and I'm coming to you on Speedway Chat Live on Facebook and on YouTube. And it's a sunny Southern California day right here in the springtime in Southern California, episode 17. Tonight's special guest will be fantastic. It's the 2022 under 21 National Speedway Champion, number 30, Alex Martin. He'll be joining us, as well as SoCal's Bat Out of Hell, number 7, Austin on the Throttle, Novratil. Both of these racers are going to be looking forward to a lot of dirt track racing this season. All that and more. Stick around. And like I said, Speedway fans, this is episode 17. And the second or third episode I've thrown this year. I'm glad you're here. If you like what you're seeing on YouTube and Facebook, please take the time to subscribe to the YouTube channel and follow us on our Facebook page. That YouTube channel, I'm at 1,975 people. 25 more Speedway fans will be at 2,000 Speedway subscribers. That means that the YouTube channel will get a better ranking. More people will be able to see American Speedway on YouTube, and I invite you guys to share all those videos as much as you can to get people to go to the track. You can also like us on it. You find us on Instagram and on Twitter if you want to have an argument about the Speedway, but because that's what all Twitter is. It's about arguments. Also, if you receive follow-up requests from my XSRA.tv Facebook page, please click and follow those. I need your subscriptions there. I got about 1,300 and some odd people, fans on that page. It'd be great to have about 2,000 by, let's say, the 4th of July. That'd be great. I know there's got to be about 700 more of you out there that like what I post, because I don't just post the races. I post as much as I can, trying to be a little bit of a network there for y'all. But let's get into some Speedway news. First of all, I get all my Speedway. Like I say, I get all of my Speedway information from SpeedwayBikes.com. It's hosted by RC Jones. He's got such a great aggregate of different information up there. Look at that. Look at all of the information right there. Look at all the tracks that have opened. Look at all of the information. You go to SpeedwayBikes.com. You'll know what's happening in Speedway. It's full of race schedules, race reports, racer biographies, and more. It's a great site. I want to thank, let's see, where is it? There it is. I want to thank RC Jones for all the work he does right there. All right, Speedway fans, let's get into some of the Speedway news we got right here. As you know, Costa Mesa Speedway opened up this last April 22nd. It's their 53rd season on the bull ring out there. Let's hear from Rad Brad himself. This is something I posted on YouTube. Let's hear from the man himself.
Yeah, cool. We're really stoked to be here at Costa Mesa Speedway. We're doing a little catch up because it was really wet this winter. And this Saturday night, we celebrate our 53rd racing season with the Jack Milne Cup.
And tell me, what do you have planned for the Jack Milne Cup?
So everybody wants to get their name on that super cool Queen's Coronation Cup of Jack Milne's. So we have a big speedway program featuring Bob here, Billy Gennaro, Brock Nichols back, Max Rummel, the usual suspects. It's a full program. Oh, Austin, Sean McConnell, Fast Eddie Castro.
Slater Lightcap.
Slater Lightcap is like our boy wonder. In addition, we have the crazy sidecar guys. Yeah, and it's a big program of like, I think about 35 races will be run in 2 hours and 15 minutes. That's a race every 2.5 minutes.
Before I leave, I'm going to go get a joke from Boogaloo Bob. What do you think?
Cool, let's hope it's something you can actually
No, I want it as dirty as possible.
post up.
So why?
All right. Come on, Bob.
Why did the apple go out with the fig? Because he couldn't find a date.
The gang's all here waiting for you at the legendary Bull Ring track here in Costa Mesa Speedway. All right, thanks everybody.
Costa Mesa Speedway, don't be scared.
Yeah, Costa Mesa Speedway, don't be scared. It was a wonderful event there on the opening night with the Jack Milne Cup. Even Alex Martin, our guest tonight, he was able to show up and he got himself some seat time on the track before he heads off for the under 21 World Championships in Vorgens, Denmark, and we're going to talk to him about that later. But the Jack Milne Cup was a burner. I just dropped the main event on YouTube. You can check it out after this chat. Don't go there now. I'll be pissed off. You stay there right now because we got a lot of information. But 11-time national champion, Speedway champion, the best of his generation, Billy the Kid Gennaro, had a perfect night, and he took the main event. It was a wonderful event. And last Saturday was Harley Night 1. The main event was won by our other guest tonight, number 7, Austin Novarado. We'll talk to him later, and we'll talk to him about Harley Night 1. And last year he won Harley Night 1, and then he went on a tear and won 5 more wins, had 5 more wins at his home track right there. He's looking really good and healthy this season. You guys just have to stick around and hear from him on the show. I actually saw at opening night, the Jack Milne Cup, I spoke to Flying Mike Faria, and I said, hey, Mike, I think it was like 10 years ago you won 5 events at this track. And he goes, no, that was 7, dude. 7. Get it right. 7 right. So I was like, Flying Mike Faria won 7 events at Costa Mesa about 10 years ago in 2012. That guy is still a badass. And you can see him at the Hot Shoe Hall of Fame. He's always there. He's out in Las Vegas right now, winning a whole bunch of money. There's plenty of events happening out there. They're going to be dark this weekend. Gives everybody a chance to recoup, but they're going to return on May 13th. That'll be Nobby Night. If you haven't seen Nobby Night, that's when all these guys who run flat track and run motocross come out and see what they can do on the dirt track, the world famous Costa Mesa Speedway. So get your ass to the track. You can check out more information on from Costa Mesa Speedway at costamesaspeedway.net. A full schedule of events right there. So let's head on over to our other SoCal track. We're going to be opening up at the City of Industry. Industry Hills Speedway is going to be returning for their 2023 summer speedway racing season. It will be opening on Saturday, June 3rd. Yes, I said Saturday night, June 3rd. Kelly Inman has a few races on Saturday, and well, it's just going to be a burner out there. I mean, if Costa Mesa isn't running on a Saturday, why not run it in Industry? I mean, that's when a lot of people can get out and drive in the California traffic and get to the track. All the better for Kelly Inman. I hope you can all go out there. I'm going to do my best to cover the races out there like I have been this last season. I hope you enjoyed them. And opening night, like I said, is June 3rd. And then the Connor Penhall Memorial Cup will be Saturday, June 10th. So 2 Saturdays in a row when Costa Mesa is not running, you can go to Industry Hills Speedway right there in the city of Industry and watch the best in American Speedway battle it out on the dirt track under the Thunderdome. And I'll try to get Kelly on in a future live chat live podcast to discuss his plans. But for more information, go to industryhillsspeedway.com and follow Industry Racing on their Facebook. All right, let's go to the other track in California. Up north, we're going all the way up to Fast Fridays Motorcycle Speedway. They have a new summer schedule for 2023, and they're looking forward to their opening night being May 12th, Friday, May 12th, just before the Connor Penhall Cup. So if you're up in Northern California and you want to see Speedway, the best place in the world is to go and see it at Fast Fridays Motorcycle Speedway. I know that Dave Joyner has got a lot of races planned for you. Look at all those races. He's got a bunch of them there. 13, 14. He's got a million races scheduled for you up there. So you want to see some great racing and you want to go on vacation from Southern California. And if you're in San Francisco, Sacramento, Reno, Nevada, all those other locations, you can go and see it at Fast Fridays. They're in Auburn. Get your asses to the track. You can see more about them on their Facebook page. And just look for Fast Fridays and check their website at fastfridays.com. All right. And you East Coasters out there, I know we've got a bunch of people on the East Coast that love Speedway. For you East Coast Speedway fans, New York's Champion Speedway will be opening for their 2023 season on Saturday, May 13th for the Patrick Allund Speedway Classic. Hey, look, I don't have a problem with 2 Speedway tracks running on the same night as long as they're 5,000 miles apart. Yeah, right. No problem. Jason Bosiora has a full schedule of events for you going all the way into October. You can check them out at eastcoastspeedway.com and speedwaybikes.com for a full schedule of what they've got going on. I'll see what I can do to get Jason on a future Chat Live podcast. I know that I enjoyed speaking to him last time. And they got a lot of people over there in the East Coast. In fact, I went to New York recently, and I didn't go up to the track, but I was walking around in New York, and it was really interesting to see New York. But I know there's got to be a lot of motorcycle fans up there, Speedway fans that are really, really excited for that opening right there. And let's have some Team USA Speedway news right here. Boom. Right there. I got this from Steve Evans. Steve Evans' Facebook page. He's released a calendar of upcoming events on his Facebook page that will be Team USA will be running overseas in Europe. We've got under 21 in Vorgens, Denmark on May 20th. That's our own under 21 champion, Alex Martin, will be running there. And that we'll be talking to him about that tonight in the podcast. And then on May 27th, Luke Becker and Max Rommel will be racing in Slovakia for the Speedway Grand Prix qualifier. I know that Luke Becker had been injured, but I'll talk about that a little bit later. And we just know that Max is going to go over there and give it his all. Then on May 29th, Gino Manzares will be racing in Germany for another Speedway qualifier as the American racer on the Swedish League. That's going to be great. Gino Manzares has gone overseas. You won't see him this summer, but I'll try to keep you up in the news about what's going on with Gino. And let's see. I did mention Luke Becker. I got to give you some Luke Becker news. I contacted him on Messenger, asked him how he's going. He's healing well. And if all you remember, he was injured in his first big race with his Polish team, Zielon Góra. He injured his ankle. And this is the message I received from him. He says he's doing good. He's just counting the days. He's got his cast off last week on Monday, and he's been doing some physical therapy. He's doing about 3 hours a day. The doctors tell him he should stay off his bike until about the 22nd of this month. But he's really anxious to get on his bike. So he says his goal is to try a little bit earlier. And we just want to wish him the best. He's got his lady over there, Vanessa, and she's helping him get through it and probably cooking and helping him get around the house. But that's the information I have for Luke Becker. So all you Speedway fans, you know Luke Becker, and he's on the mend. Looking forward to him racing again. So I say, heal well, lad, heal well. And let's hope he gets to the GP qualifier, Grand Prix qualifier in Slovakia. Lots to look forward in the coming months in Speedway as this states get to go to a lot of different, to at least 3 different events to qualify for the big leagues in this 100th year of motorcycle speedway racing in the world. And so a little bit of, I know that Evans has got some speedway practice going on at the dirt track at KCRP this Saturday, or this Sunday, that is. Check him out on his social media at Paris and Kern County Speedway Facebook page for more information. I know he'd like to see a lot of you guys get back out on the track and run over there. But right now, I want to welcome our special guests right now. Let's welcome to Speedway Chat Live the 2022 Under 21 National Speedway Champion, Alex Martin, live from Salinas, California. Hey, Alex, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Oh, very good. Very good. Hey, you know, it's not raining down here. Is it raining up there?
A little bit outside, but all day during school, it's just been kind of sprinkling a little bit, but just might help my track a little bit, so that we might not have to use the water truck. So we'll see.
Oh yeah, very good. Yeah, you do have that private track out there that you can practice on. Hey, let's give everybody a look back on the event, the Under 21 event that was held last November out at Kern County Raceway Park. Here you go. Everybody check this out. It's time for the main event, the 2022 AMA John Schroeder Under 21 main event here at the Kern County Raceway Park Dirt Track. Blake Borello, Alex Martin, Charlie Trana, and Slater Lightcap. A fast start. Borello and Martin touch. Borello takes the hole shot. Lightcap on the outside. It's Borello in the lead. Lightcap and Martin for second. Trana behind. Lap 2, Borello, Lightcap, Martin, and Trana. Turn 3, Lightcap wide. Martin on the inside. Lightcap shuts the door and keeps ahead of him. These guys are flying. Borello with the clear lead. The race is for second place. Turn 3, Martin low, takes Lightcap for second. Lightcap low, Martin high. Martin slides out. Lightcap takes second. Martin hit the wall, yellow flag. Borello in the lead, yellow flag. Martin down, he must be hurt. The race is red flag. The heat is called for a restart. Slater Lightcap is excluded for causing the fall. Incredible! The defending Under 21 champ is out of the main event. Heartbreak for the champion from Huntington Beach, California. And it's a restart for the 2022 AMA Under 21 National Speedway Championship. Blake Borello, Alex Martin, and Charlie Trana. Restart, Borello Willie. Martin takes the lead. Borello loses traction. Martin stays low and increases his lead. Lap 2, Borello looking for traction. Trana right behind him. Alex Martin with a clear lead. Trana hassling Borello.
And it's number 30, Alex Martin from Salinas, California for the win. Alex Martin is your new 2022 AMA Under 21 National Speedway Champion.
Wow, that was a wonderful event, man. Alex, you had to be so excited. I could hear you screaming under your helmet that night. You were you were really happy.
Yeah, I was. Just now watching that video, you gave me goosebumps thinking about it. But yeah, it was just a really good night overall. I scored the points I needed, and then it came down to the main event. And
yeah, we were all worried about you when you hit the wall. You were right under my camera stand, and I could hear you hit it. But did you ring your bell or anything like that? What happened to you?
Yeah, well, actually, when coming onto the straightaway, Slater hooked up a little bit, and these bikes, it's 500 cc's, and they're only weighing about like 150 pounds. So the front ends on these bikes are so light. So once they come up, it's hard to set it down. And luckily, he set it down just in time, and then it kind of tangled into my bike. And the bikes, the type of metal that are used in these types of motorcycle frames, they're so brittle and so flexible, so any little contact can just make the whole bike just shake violently. And it once it kind of tagged me, I just kind of lost control, and the bike kind of slid out underneath me. And then once I kind of spun around, my right foot got caught on the foot peg, and then actually injured my knee a little bit, bruised my bone pretty bad. Ended up going to the doctor for that too. But mainly when I spun around, just my knee started hurting, and all this adrenaline and just shock kind of went through my body. So I didn't know what to do. And, it just kind of all happened real quick, but at the same time, real slow. But I mean, it happens.
Yeah, that adrenaline kept you going. I mean, you probably didn't feel it until the ride home. But it's a dangerous sport. People have to realize that. I mean, you had a lot of competition that night. This being that was your first year on the 500. Am I correct?
Yeah, first season. It was probably my second season on the 500.
Okay, so but with that you still had some great competition with Blake Barella, who's been in there and been the Speedway of Nations, and is always such a phenomenal racer out there. And Slater Lightcap, you guys have been racing against each other since you're in your peewees and the 250 days. I mean, both of you guys coming out and giving it.
Yeah, I mean, me and Slater have been racing, since like you said, we were on peewees back at the old IMS in San Bernardino. And we just kind of both stuck with it, and I think we both came along pretty good since we got on the 500. And he's a great rider, real aggressive, and having the right amount of aggression and talent to ride a speedway bike, it all kind of just blends together. And that's how you win championships. It's not just built on the bike, but it's built inside the rider itself.
Right. I just posted your profile there on speedwaybikes.com, and look at all those accomplishments you have. The 250 Speedway Long Track National Champion. You got the 250 Youth Speedway National Champion in 21 and 2020. I mean, and plus all the other acknowledgments you got there. How about your brother? Your brother and you were racing a lot together during those times. Was he one of your big competitors when you go out in your practice track out there?
Oh yeah, I mean, we were still kind of just fighting on the track when our dad would make us go at the same time, and we're trying to see who can make a better start. And he at first, he always kind of won the championships. I kind of always just kind of followed along, finished second right behind until he kind of left the sport for flat track. And so I was like, well, I'm not done here. I still want to, outdo him in championships. I want to go farther than he went. So that's still my goal.
Yeah, that's very good. Now, I called you just before Costa Mesa Speedway was going to open. I asked if you were going to be there. You said you probably wouldn't, and then you were able to show up. That's fantastic, considering some of the family accident and stuff that had happened. Oh no, that was after that. But was that before that?
It was right before it, a week before it, and I was, sitting in the hospital room with my dad. I was like, because the whole plan was to go to Costa Mesa until he got his injury, and we were like, we don't have to do this if you don't want to, and he's like, no, but I think you should get some practice or some seat time right before you go over. And I was like, that's a good idea, but he was careful enough not to injure anything more in the pits, but I was still glad to get some track time at my favorite track.
Yeah, I mean, that is a the world famous track that Bruce Penhall trained at before going into England and racing the circuit there. It's where all of America's Speedway champions have come from. How does it feel to race on that track as opposed to Bakersfield or even Fast Fridays where they're bigger?
Well, the track really kind of stands out apart from all the other tracks. And it's not just, the size of the track itself. It's just everything else, just every little bit of the track is so special. Being hand prepped, and as soon as you pull up there with all your gear and you walk up to the pit gate, there's no pebble out of place. The dirt's always just perfect, never overwatered, never too grippy. And it's perfect, and the crowd loves it. I love it there, and it's just world-class speedway.
Well, it was good to have you come out and get into that track before you go off to Denmark. Let's talk a little bit about this trip out to Vorgens, Denmark. Last summer, you were able to go to Poland with Wilbur and get in some Speedway school stuff out there. That was your first time being in a track like that. What do you expect to see when you go to Vorgens?
This time, I hope to do a little bit better. Because the last time when I was in Europe in Torin, I slid out in my big qualifier race and ended up missing the gold final by, I think it was either 1 or 2 points. So it was a pretty crucial kind of moment. But this time, I want to be able to go faster, make the correct bike adjustments, kind of know what to expect, and then to be able to kind of transfer through into that the whole SGP2 series.
You're more than likely not going to be able to take your own bike over there, but who is setting you up over there when you go?
I actually bought 2 bikes from a rider. He just, we wanted to get a newer frame, newer setup. So we were like, we're going to take it. It's similar to what I ride. And so we have it down at the Ashtec shop, and, it's just sitting there waiting. And so we're going to try and keep those 2 bikes as kind of our European bikes if I ever go back. And then if not, I always have a backup plan. I can always sell them and, still make some money from that.
Yeah. Yeah, because your goal is to become a world champion, is it not?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I want to be able to follow the steps like Billy Hamill and Greg Hancock, in the 90s, and, Greg winning, 4 world championships. I want to follow both those guys' steps. They helped me out a lot in Speedway. They helped me come a long way, and, they've really inspired me to kind of just keep following along and try and just go in that direction of winning a world championship.
Yeah, good. Speaking of that, a lot of people, really are unfamiliar with this sport. What have you been, as you've developed and you've gotten older and you've gotten bolder and talking about the sport, what are people talking to you about at school and around the area about being a Speedway racer?
There's a few classmates, that kind of follow my Instagram and stuff like that, kind of ask me questions, but it's not really a sport that you hear of much in the US. But everybody just kind of knows me there as like, oh, it's that motorcycle racer, but they don't really think too much about it.
Well, Sterling too, right? You guys in the same school?
Yeah, not Sterling, not so much. He's kind of just on and off, but I mean, I don't mind the attention anyway.
Do you have your hero cards like Wilbur's here that you hand out at up there at school, or ever take them?
Yeah, I had some 2021 junior national stickers, and so my friends would see some of the posts, be like, hey, do you have any of those stickers? And like, I want to put it on my laptop or something for school. And so I give them some, and then they're like, oh, can you sign it? So I'll sign it, then I give out a few hero cards here and there, and they seem to enjoy it.
Well, from my aspect, I promise to put up a few more races for you this year. I mean, a bunch of races this year, and all you got to do is win, baby. You got to win.
Yeah, you just got to have the heart and drive for it.
Fantastic. All right. Well, I wish you luck up there in Denmark, and I want you to stay on for our next racer, because I know you, being a 500 racer, you're going to be running into a lot of competition from guys who you might call veterans. But let's bring in a young guy from Southern California. Where'd you go? Austin, are you there? Oh my God, Austin. Well, Austin just fell out. I was just coming to him. Let me text him. Anyway, I wanted to bring in Austin on the Throttle Novarado. Let's see, Austin. So let's look at Harley Night. So he won the Harley Night event. Yo, Austin, I'm gonna call him. Good old iPhone.
Please leave your message for 71430.
I'm punked. Anyway, let me play his win from Harley Night just last Saturday. You weren't there at Harley Night. It was a fantastic event where, I know that Dave up there in Fast Fridays has a similar event, and you've been to it out at the Kern County Raceway track, right?
Yeah.
Definitely. So let me play this real quick, and hopefully we can get Austin back online. This is an XSRA.TV race recap on YouTube. It's time for the main event from Harley Night 1 at Costa Mesa Speedway, California. In the main, Dylan Rummel, Austin Novarado, Max Rummel, and Billy Gennaro. Dylan Rummel, Novarado, and Gennaro all with 8 points. Max Rummel with 6 points. Gennaro still hot from last week's win. Novarado looking for another Harley Night win. The Rummel brothers looking for their first wins of the season. Tape up and an even start. Novarado takes the lead. Gennaro from the outside gets into Novarado's back tire and goes down. He's unhurt. Yellow flag, and the race is still running. The race is still live, and Novarado is in the lead, charging hard to the outside. Novarado swoops low on Max Rummel into turn 3 and keeps the lead into lap 3. It's Novarado, Rummel, and Rummel. Dylan Rummel high sides it into turn 1. It's Austin and Max now. Lap 4, white flag, Austin Novarado in front of Max Rummel. Austin Novarado takes the win. Max Rummel second. Dylan Rummel out, as well as Billy Gennaro. Austin Novarado gets his first win of the season at Costa Mesa Speedway. Austin has got returned back to the back to the building or back to the stream. I'm going to go to him right now. Austin, hey, there you are.
There he is.
Fantastic. He's in the shop. What are you working on?
Just playing with little rocket over here.
Oh, you're always working on something. Hey, I just played that main event from Harley Night. You did great. Billy went into the wall, but I don't. The referee didn't call it, so sort of like the same thing happened to you the previous week, right?
Pretty much, yeah. It was a first corner bunching. Honestly, it should have maybe been called back, I think, but Steve does what he wants to do.
Steve, exactly. He does what he wants.
So.
Hey, I want to give a little bit of information on you. Let me bring this screen in. I gotta bring something in here from Speedway Bikes. But tell us how you feeling this year. As I bring that in, you feeling good?
Yeah, not too bad. Started off a little rough, but made it back. So off to a good start, I hope.
Yeah. Now you run that bike. You run that bike with a let me see. Where is it? Austin's bike. Belt drive. You run this belt drive. You're like one of the only guys that runs a belt drive out there. What is the appeal for this belt drive? As soon as a picture comes up, I want to show people this because it's ballsy to run that type of bike out there.
I love it. It's real smooth, clean, really no maintenance. I think we replaced the belt 2 times last 3 seasons. So
that's it?
Yeah.
Because
what was that?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, they last a long time. Never had one break on me. So pretty happy with it. I mean,
yeah, I'm posting that right now. That belt drive right there. Everybody runs a chain mostly. Alex, you've been on a chain. Do you ever think you'd try a belt drive?
Yeah, well, I always thought about it because my dad ran a belt drive and he pulled out his old belt drive from our yard in Corral de Terra. His old kind of workshop. I've gone in there a few times, found some old memorabilia and little toys like that. But he brought it out, and it's much thicker than Austin's. It's probably about that thick and real bulky. But I've always been curious to try it because I've heard it's less maintenance. Because on a regular chain, every time you come in from any sort of heat race, just any little session where you make laps on the bike or even just warming it up, you always have to bring the bike in and spray some chain lube on there, because you can really risk breaking the primary if you don't. And plus with the chain, you have to have the chain oiler running through the frame, and you have to make sure that's on and everything. But the belt drive seems to be working real good, less maintenance, and what I've heard, it runs a lot smoother than a chain.
Yeah, Austin, tell me about that. Smoother. What do you mean? Like when you drop the clutch, it doesn't pull. It just kind of. How is that?
No, it's just smoother as you don't have like the chain running, so it's pretty much like a rubber drive. You don't have any chatter going on down there,
or less vibration.
Yeah.
So
you don't have any slap of the chain either, I guess. So when you initially do a start, the feel of it feels completely different than a chain.
Well, you've got the nickname on the throttle. How'd you get that nickname? I mean, I know because I've seen you. I've seen your dad's not on the throttle, but you're on the throttle. His nickname. But
I think either Terry or Ryan Evans started saying it. I'm not too sure, honestly.
Yeah, well, you ride on the edge, man. I seen you on the side of the bike. The only one that I seen race that way these days is Sean McConnell. But I've got a picture here of you like on the side of the bike. I say you're like Kelly Jellyman, and you're just incredible. How do you stay on the bike like that?
I don't know. I don't know how to ride it any other way. That's my way of getting the bike to, I guess, do what I want and direct it.
Yeah. Well, you've been racing since Pee Wee days. Did you develop that when you were a Pee Wee?
No, definitely not then. It was I think it was just when we got on the 500s, you kind of either change your style of riding from the 250s or you end up quit racing because you can't figure it out.
Yeah, I've seen you racing for many, many years as I've been covering events out there at Costa Mesa. And sometimes you just get a little on the edge. There's just no way for you to dial it back once you get on. What goes through your mind? Is it just like, gotta win, baby? What are you thinking when you get out there?
More really just have fun. You always want to win, but I'm more focused on finishing the race in one piece. And if the opportunity's there, I'm definitely going to take it. Not going to sit there after the race and wish I did, but
yeah,
definitely just, I don't know, just
yeah.
Had many times that you don't take the chance and you're upset about it. So figure.
Yeah. Well, you got banged up in you got a head injury last year in the U.S. Nationals, and that scared everyone. But you said you'd come back after that, and you did. You won after that. I mean, you're just amazing. You started as a junior in 2002, and then you turned professional in 2011. You raced just about every track in America that could be ridden before they were closed. You even rode for Team USA in Europe. Tell us about some of that experience about racing in Europe as opposed to here.
It's completely different. It's a real sport over there. You don't go to the races it's not like going to a barbecue, I guess. It's going to work there. It's fun though. It's definitely life-changing if you want to go over there and make the change.
Yeah, I mean, you mean the change of living overseas and racing every week and such, right?
Yeah, just I guess the stress and just having to always perform and can't really have any hiccups to survive over there.
Tell us some of the teams you rode with.
It was just the dream team that we rode with. That I did the Olympic over there at Wolverhampton.
Okay.
And just the Speedway Nations. I didn't ever go over there.
Okay, so you didn't race. You didn't race for any of the other teams, but you did race for the dream team. That's Evan's dream team. And you have any plans to go back overseas and do something like that anymore?
I mean, I would definitely love to. If opportunity came my way, I would jump on it. But as of right now, I don't have anything on my agenda to go over there.
Okay, so will you be racing up north as well as racing down here and down south? Do you anticipate doing anything up at Fast Fridays?
No, probably not. I gotta work on Fridays, so that one's hard to kind of make out there.
Yeah. And you got a little baby these days too, right?
Yeah, but vacation's always good. I'll definitely be up there for the Nationals and the U.S. versus the World or North versus South if I'm asked upon.
Very, very good. I was going to ask you about the AMA National Speedway Championships this year. You're gonna do your best to make the series.
Yeah, definitely so. I hopefully do a little better than last year. I kind of had a rough start and didn't finish off too well either, but hopefully one of these times I'll have a good year.
Yeah, I remember. You had a bad first race there, but I guess it just depends on the way the bike wants to handle and the different weather, right? I mean, because it was 100 degrees out there.
I just, as long as my engines stay together and my bikes are straight, we should have a good year. Last year, the first round, I blew up an engine and then crashed in this following heat, I think it was, and kind of started it off on a bad one.
Well, you got your mechanic, Big Ray. What's he do to help you stay in tune there? What's he do to help you? Does he calm you down in the pit?
Yeah, definitely so.
Oh, he went black.
Sorry, I got a phone call. But no, pretty much I suggest something and he'll make the final call. So
Yeah,
it's pretty much I just ride the bike and be happy with his setup, and it's been working pretty well, I think.
very good, very good, and it's very good. I mean, it means a lot to have a mechanic in your corner like that. How about Shep? What's he help you out with over there?
Oh, he's the manager of the team, I guess you would say. He's the one
So
that
it's his and Ray's team, and you're just the pilot.
yeah, good way to put it.
You're the only one with the "Let's Go Brandon" on your bike out there.
That right
You get
there was Shep. 100% Shep's idea. I can't believe the crowd and stuff at Costa Mesa last year. They were chanting it. They had the whole stands going.
You sure did. You sure did. And even this last Saturday night, you had them going too, because Terry would be like, "Hey, and it's the Let's Go Brandon guy." A lot of people are having a good time with that.
Yeah, no, I like it. I mean, I honestly didn't even know what it meant. He said he was going to get some covers made, and I was like, sure, love new covers. Then he got them, and I was like, oh, what does that even mean? And he told me, and I was like, oh, well, this is either going to be really good or really bad.
Well, it was good for you last year. It really did good. I mean, have you ever thought that you could win 5 events there? I mean, the only one I know that did that was Mike Faria. I mean, this is some footsteps to follow.
And Alan Christian won 13 in a row back in 1982. So.
Way back in ancient days.
Yeah, no,
and there's tough.
Yeah, and that's when it was really hard to win back then. So I can only imagine.
Right. I mean, but that's a pretty big accomplishment. I have to hand it to you. I'm very impressed.
Yeah, I mean, I always dreamed just to be able to make a main event, because that track's very difficult to get dialed in. It's kind of deceiving with the setup that you're going to go with because of the size. So it's definitely rewarding to finally get it dialed in. And I don't know, just be nice to get more than 5. I don't know. We'll see. Good.
I mean, you did get some wins out there at winning heats out there at Industry. What's the difference for you between Industry and Costa Mesa?
I don't know. Industry, I still haven't figured it out. That track, not too sure. Always seems to catch me off guard or something. We'll see. Yeah. We'll see what this year brings. I don't know.
Yeah,
Should be good.
I wish you luck. You're out there racing with all your buddies. I mean, what's it like racing with Max after, all these years of knowing him and Dylan and Brock, and all you guys coming up about the same time? You're about the same age. How's that?
He's like my little brother. I would say it's good to see him evolve into what he is. It's gonna be Speedway legend. Everybody knows Max Rummel and Dylan Rummel, so it's pretty cool to see. Pretty proud of him.
Very good. Well, was your dad your inspiration on getting out there on the bike?
Yeah, he's the one that started it, and then just between him and I don't know, I've always just loved motorcycles, and Speedway's the most odd, weird feeling bike that you could ride, and so why not pick that one?
So as you've been growing up, as you grew up, and now you're working and such, what do you tell people about Speedway racing if they ever ask you?
Now I just show them a video because it's too hard to explain. You explain it, and then they still say like NASCAR, and then you're like, no, like this, and then they're like, oh wow.
Right. I sure hope you can use the videos that I post, because that's what they're for, is to get people to understand what this racing is all about. It's very specialized. And do you ever have any of those motocross friends of yours want to try out your bike?
Yeah, they always say they want to, but they never call back. I think I've had two of my buddies try it, and they thought it was just the weirdest thing in the world and never hopped on it again.
Yeah, weirdest thing in the world. I know that Jordan Vanderham, he's in the second division. He was a former motocross racer, and there he goes. I don't know. I could hear his phone buzzing or something. But how about you, Alex? I mean, you ever got any of your friends that come out to the track? They're motocross guys, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I could do this." Yeah.
Yeah, probably only. I think there was only one person that I know. He was a buddy I grew up with since we would ride motorcycles with each other since we were about 5 at his house. Just a few miles down the road from me. And we were both kind of just riding peewees and flat track, and then so he kind of tried it once, like, oh, you got to try this, and yeah, it was kind of just a one-off deal for him. He's like, no, this is weird. It feels like a bicycle. Like, I don't like the fact that it has no brakes. And I was like, it was worth the shot. You got to try and influence people as much as you can about Speedway and try and get them to try, because you never know when you can come across a future champion.
Exactly. I've been saying that. I say there's a world speedway champion in Iowa right now, and he doesn't even know it. Like in middle America, he's got a cornfield that he could put something together, but there's really nowhere to ride except California and New York. That's the bummer of this. Our tracks are few and far between.
Oh yeah, very much so. Very much so. It's like being if you ever win a national championship, it's supposed to be, best in the whole country, best of 50 states, when it's almost really like it's best in two different states, something like that. But I mean, you never know when you could come across the future world champion, whether it could be in Kentucky or Wyoming, you never know.
Well, how about I say I'm talking to a future world champion right now? How's that?
I mean, it'd be flattering, but I sure hope so, to be able to continue. And I think I'm doing okay right now, as being 18 and being able to go to Europe right before I graduate from high school. But I think it's a big possibility that I can possibly become a world champion. But I think it's going to take a lot of heart and desire, and just it all kind of comes down to how much you want to put out,
right,
for it, and how much you want to be successful in it.
Well, you're going to get your chance over here in Denmark on the 20th of May, 2023. You promised to come back and tell us about that when you return?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. Do me a favor and get me some video. Send some video my way, and I'll put it up on my Speedway channel, and try to put something on it. But I want people to know that you're over there. You're racing for the United States of America and the under 21 World Speedway Championships, and you're our hope. What do you think?
I guess I'm put on the spot, but at the same time, I put myself into the spot. If I didn't win that under 21, then I wouldn't be here talking about it. It could have been Blake or Slater or Charlie Trana that could be. About
Charlie Trana. Boy, watch out for that kid. We'll talk about him later. But you're right. It could have been any of the other guys, and I would be talking to them and telling them how wonderful they are, because it is a great thing to be the champion in that class. And now, you had said that Billy Hamill is a big inspiration for you.
Oh, huge inspiration. He was probably people think that he started becoming my coach in 2018, when it all kind of started back when I first hopped on a Speedway bike ever. I was using all my dad's old parts, his old team trim fork covers, and just old parts. But it all started back in 2012 at IMS, when he was doing that Joker Machine Speedway Academy. And he just kind of coached me along, and over the years it's just kept going, and now I get to ride for him, so I'm blessed.
Fantastic. I've got a lot of admiration for Billy Hamill. I think that he's from Well, I know he's from Southern California originally. Now he's a NorCal guy. And I like that he's set himself up there and he's training and he's held those camps that you've been able to take advantage of. And so many other racers up there have been able to take advantage of it too. But I'm going to end this podcast with something from 2014 where Max Rummel, Bobby Boogaloo Schwartz, and Sean Mad Dog McConnell were racing with him in just a one-off race out at Costa Mesa Speedway. And I'm going to play that going out. But I just want to tell everybody out there, thank you for joining episode 17 of Speedway Chat Live. Alex Martin, thank you so much for joining me here. Yeah, and Austin Novarado, I don't know what happened to you, but hey, Austin, I totally enjoyed having you on. I'd love to have you on in the future, and I'm looking forward to watching you race the rest of the season. And I'm looking forward to you racing against him, Alex.
Yeah.
So I just want to say that's it for Speedway Chat Live. We'll see you at the track.
Max Rummel lines up in 2. Bobby Boogaloo Schwartz in 3. And Sean Mad Dog McConnell. McConnell's got a 22-inch wheel on the rear end. That's right, McConnell with a 22-inch rear tire. We've seen those in a while. Watch McConnell try to hook up the dirt on the outside of the 22.
XSRA TV, watch Speedway, Southern California, yeah!
Watch American Speedway on XSRA.tv.